What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to another episode of On the Bench with Pete. You know what that means. Another hour of painting, at least. I want to get at least an hour done if I can. Depends how it squeezes in. I've certainly got material enough to do. But we'll see how we go. And if you're new to this series, this is my paint along series where you can paint along with me whilst I just chat and ramble about rubbish, really. Life, the universe and everything. Sometimes I build. This time I'm going to be painting again. I mostly paint, if I'm honest, but sometimes I build. But anyway, grab yourselves a cup of tea, coffee, or whatever. Get your brushes and your paint sorted and your models, and let's rid our worlds of these unpainted models. Okay, so welcome to this episode of On the Bench, and I'm going to be starting with these two fellows here. They've got the helmets, but before I do that, I'll show you my new cap, my mini Warzone cap, which I got done from, well, Mrs. Mini Warzone got it for me actually from Vistaprint. So I've got my new cap all sorted, so I'll be sporting that one whenever I can now. So I'm going to put my glasses on. Now these guys are like lieutenants or captains or whatever, and I just want to get their helmets done, really. Now I want to compare, actually, let's see so the Mephiston red is that colour, but these guys are going to be that colour. Yeah, because I want it to be different from like Blood Angels or what have you. So this is Foundry. I've not used Foundry paints before, so I hope it's going to be okay. Just open up my wet palette. To mix one of the paints back in. Like one of the paints, the pigments separate sometimes when you leave it, but it's still perfectly usable. So yeah, I'm gonna try that. Okay. So this is a unique experience. A different paint. Okay. It's an old brush, so I didn't mind mixing it up a bit there. Right. Okay, set my timer. Get my phone out. It's not on silent. Well, what I'll do is I'll put it on to vibrate. Sometimes I get notifications as well about things. Now then, which would be the best brush? I think for these helmets. Okay. So this is kind of like my base colour. I'm just going to get the other reds out. That's okay. I'm going to pop a Caribou Crimson onto it as well, which will darken it down somewhat. So I'm not that worried about it. Though it is pretty light. is actually lighter than it looks in the bottle. So first opinions on this foundry paint. It's pigment light. And considering this is like the first foundation of the triad, I would expect it to have more pigmentation than that, so there you go. I mean, Citadel base colours as a whole cover better, I would say. But you know, I'm not writing it off. Yeah, it's okay. Not bad, not bad. So it doesn't cover very well, but that's okay. Gives it a kind of, I don't know, warm look. Because the blue comes through underneath. I actually quite like that. Although that'll go by the time I've layered it and shade washed and all the rest of it. But I quite like that look. Gives it a kind of old grimy look. But yeah, so it's good to know what these foundry paints are going to be like. Obviously I can't base my entire opinion on, you know, one colour. This is the first time I've ever used a foundry paint, and it probably isn't representative of what they're like as a whole. So I'll see what happens when I come to do the other layers. I don't know if they were like designed more for metal, if that only makes a difference. Personally, I would have thought it would have made it harder, but it seems like you'd want about 3 coats of this stuff at least. Anyway, we'll leave that there. Let's move those over. Now, that's okay. Now I've got Thunderhawk blue. This is going to be used for these guys, but what I need to do is prime the other sides of these shields, of course. Actually, I can do it without them being stuck down, to be truthful. So that'll be good. Right. Excuse me. So, need a little bit of black primer. So, I primed the other side of these yesterday, actually, it was. So now I'll get these sides done. Pop them over there. That's them done then. Priming. Now, move these over here because I'm going to be using these later on. Something which can take a while is washing. And I might just do the metals on these Bullgryns. But do I do their armour with it as well? Yeah, I think so. No oil. I think so. So I'll put some non-oil. Non-oil. Glasses back on. So, pop in the normal on this metal here. Works quite well. Looks quite nice, very effective. Putting it on his armour as well. As I say, I'm going to get some more of these guys and make Bullgryns, because I'd like to do a game with Bullgryns and Bullgryns, going through a sort of jungle type terrain affair. That's coming out quite well. Quite like that. Not bad at all. When that gets cleaned up, that's going to look superb. Yeah, like it. Like it a lot. So that's one. Let's move one of my shields out of the way. As I was saying, I did a chill with Pete, and I was saying how my workspace gets smaller and smaller over time. I just realised another spot I've got to do on the first Bullgryn. That is the back. Yeah, and his grenade. That's one. You're there. Yeah, Thunderhawk blue. Pretty good colour, I quite like it. Covers beautifully. Might use that for the colour of the coat on my Congo guy. I'm thinking that it could be like a scientist or someone. I'll show you who I mean in a moment. this guy here. Look, it could be like a sort of scientist dude. I thought Thunderhawk blue would be a good colour for his jacket. Yeah, let's mark him out. Because he's not like an adventurer where the other guys are like wearing safari shorts and light coloured fatigues and hats and things. That guy's a bit different. Sort of almost dressed still for work or whatever. But he's in darkest Africa. So, probably thinking he should have bought a change of clothing. I often do these a little bit on the fly, these on the bench episodes, because it doesn't, as I've worked out in the past, doesn't always work out. You try and plan something, it never quite works out. You end up trying to compensate and it just gets all a bit messy and you think, oh, I might as well just do it as I go along anyway. That's what you kind of end up doing sometimes. Right, that's hinder. Right. Non-oil done. I'll leave it there, however. I'll need those holders out to hold the shields. Now it's all very well me saying I'll use Thunderhawk blue to do the jacket of that gentleman. But he's going to need his skin doing and his shirt and tie. Well, what did I get? I had a beige, didn't I? Would that work for a shirt? Give it a good shake. I don't know what condition it's in. Feels good though. Feels like good condition. Yeah. Beige. So. This is going to be his shirt. Do his skin as well before I do the jacket. This is kind of like a Ushabti bone type of colour here. So it's good to discover paints that are similar or the same as other ranges. Yeah. do this guy's trousers. I think I'll switch my brush out to a larger one. Don't know if it comes across on camera, but these Darkest Africa models, they have so much character to them. The reason I think it'd be good to do beige trousers is you can use the same wash then. Well, this isn't going how I planned at all. I thought I was going to be doing the leather on the Primaris Marines, which I'm hoping to start at least in this episode. Might do his jacket like an olive green, actually. A bit like how I paint my Cadian shock troopers. Maybe his hat. Yeah, might do his hat as well. I have a feeling I'll have to come back and go over this when I do the skin, because I should do the skin first, really. Well, that's okay. If nothing else, it earmarks what colour I want this section to be. Yeah. I think I'll let that go, I think, there. I know it's beige, and I've said it on camera now, so if I forget what colour I used, all I've got to do is watch my video again and it'll tell me. Right, now I think I really should start on the leather. Looks like at least I know the intercessors don't have any, thankfully, and the captain doodad, he doesn't either. So let's start back here. Move my Congo man back. And it's going to be Deathclaw Brown. And I'm going to need the small brush for that one, I know I am. Yeah. Right. It's almost an ochre, this Deathclaw Brown. suppose I should have some gloves on at this stage of the game. I don't want to get paint on my models. Right, glasses back on. Okay. Now the last stage of the leather didn't take very long. This one might, however. Depends how many pouches these guys have got. So it's not too bad, I suppose. I know it's always nice to get that stage done. So there's one. Several to go. On some models, this Deathclaw Brown could be used as a skin tone, a flesh tone, I think. Because it's so light. For a brown, anyway. Right. I'm not going to highlight every single area on them. Just enough. You just gotta know where to go with them. Once they're done, and that is that. See, the gun metal is done in black grey, so that's kind of done. I might use that Coat d'Arms Negro colour to, because that looks like a brown black. I'll use that for the gun handles or something. I suspect that will be thin pigmentation as well, but I might be wrong. I might be proved wrong. I just did a chill with Pete actually, time of filming this. By the time you see this, that will have long gone. But I'll say here as well that I was thinking more and more about getting into the Lord of the Rings as a set of models just to paint. You know, nothing to do with the game. Although, like I say, I've heard it's a good game, but I don't want to get into another game. I just want to paint the models because they look fantastic, and I think they'd make some good photographs too. Well, they're not going by too badly. I'm sure I'm going to get fed up with these after. I mean, I'm going to put an Agrex Earthshade wash on after. Which will... I'll look at it and see if I think it needs it. It's going by slower than the last stage of the leather went, but faster than the first, I think. Right. I've got one of these caps. I can have a look to see how dry I think his helmet is as well. Gonna have I nearly went in the bread then. He's gonna have a shade wash of Carabo Crimson over that helmet anyways. This small brush so it dries out on the end real quick. You gotta be fast if you wanna snap it up. Oh, I've got more pouches around here. Seems like a good idea at the time when you're thinking, oh yeah, that's good, it's got loads of pouches. Right. Some blue towel. So which one was I using? That one? I think so. Yeah. Half an hour already. But we're going for the hour, folks. Gunning for it. Not much has happened since yesterday, to be truthful, which is when I filmed my last on the bench. But I did get to go around the valley at least which was good. I like doing that. I like feeling well enough to do that. Which isn't always the case. Okay, just being careful around here now. Sorry if I'm going quiet. I'm like, oh. I used to hold my breath when I did all this. I don't know. I think that's a beginning thing. Holding your breath when you're doing a fine detail, or like a really close edge or something. The other dude with his helmet off. So trialling out boundary paints on my Primaris marine is shocking. Oh, I just thought of a good question for one of my Q&A's. I think of them in advance, you see. Right, okay, that's here. Actually, we're getting through them, and not too bad, not too bad. Not too bad at all. None too shabby. So this is exactly the type of moment you must have a wet palette, because these paints would just dry right out. Once I've painted up the entire Dark Imperium box set, I'm going to be doing a game of that. Either a run through or an actual game with someone. So that'll be good. Either way is fine by me. Had a pasty for lunch today. Or should I say brunch? I purposely didn't have breakfast so that I could have a pasty for lunch. Because, well, they're, you know, a bit naughty really. Lots of pouches. It'll be worth it. Just keep telling myself it's going to be worth it once they're done. Right. You tell yourself when you're doing highlights on 100 orcs, yeah, it'll be worth it, it'll be worth it. Sounds like a notification to me. Doing alright though. I know the captain doesn't have any, which is good. I'm not sure if the ancient does actually or not. We'll have a look, we'll have a check. He does, yes he does. He has a couple of pouches. Bless him. Let's move this up. So lightly. He does have a couple of pouches. It was actually Brian from Mini Warmuts who asked a question. I think it was on my last P&Q at the point of recording this. He was asking what were my thoughts about just painting the models and not playing a game. Well, when it comes to Lord of the Rings, there's a prime example of I shall be painting and not playing. And I think that gives you a certain kind of freedom that you don't have when you're invested in the game. What I mean is, you might think, in order to play this game and be, you know, semi-competitive or whatever, or fun competitive, if that's a thing, I need this unit, and this unit just to, you know, have a decent game. Whereas if you're just painting the models for the love of painting the models, you know, whatever model, doesn't matter. Get any old model, not any old model, but you know what I mean. The only thing that matters is, do you like the look of it and do you enjoy painting it? And if the answer is yes, then your work is done. So yeah, I'm sporting this glove because I don't want to get paint on the model. And I suppose I don't want to get too much oil from my skin on the model either, which I know is the main reason for it. But it's doing all right though. It's doing all right. We're whizzing through them. And you pick up a dude that's got loads on him. It's like, was whizzing through them. Nice. 5 more to go. That's not bad for the time. Considering we've done other stuff as well, that's not bad at all. It's doing a lot better than I thought it would. These are an absolute joy to paint, I have to say. My friend, it's funny, my friend Ralph refers to me painting, like doing GW models as going over to the dark side. And he's never painted a GW model in his life, so you can understand why someone would say that. There, 4 to go. We'll get the Agrax Earthshade on them. That'll be the leather done then. Three left. It's lovely and peaceful out here. It really is a therapy to do this, I think. Two left. suppose. I bet the last one will be like the one that's got like 20 billion pouches on him. I'm not kidding, I know they don't have that many. I just that's the way it feels. Alrighty. And the last one that'll do lots of little tiny details as well, like the gun barrel, the barrels, and you know, all that kind of good stuff. It's going to be great once I've done it. I think the only thing I'm not looking forward to, I suppose, on these guys is the transfers, the decals. My appalling history with them. Well, I tend to do freehand, but yeah. And there. Congo guys. Call them Congo guys, because that is what they're going to be used for. I suppose this guy's got the most on him. Difficult lines on this. Scabbard. It's like satchel as well. I decided to do that. Leather in my wisdom. this guy's carrying like a kind of attaché case, but the old leather bound. I forgot a place to paint it yesterday. I'll do that now. It's okay, that's done. Holsters on his guns. Can't do every little strap because it's just too far. So just concentrate on the ones that are going to stand out on the tabletop, I think. Nearly there, nearly there. And this is when you get to the stage where you don't ever want to paint leather for a very long time. Again. It's alright on the one-off. So, I'm thinking, I think I've said it on the Chill with Pete episode, going back to Lord of the Rings. I'm thinking of starting with Fellowship of the Ring. Get the Fellowship characters painted. I think that would be nice. I think I'd quite like to make some terrain for it as well. And I actually want to make some terrain for Age of Sigmar. And I've seen a couple of videos that utilise terrain that's obviously homemade and it looks quite good. It's given me some ideas. When I put the Great Surf shade on and darken all that down and look good. Hoping. This guy looks like some sort of African hunter type, doesn't he? Big imposing stats and gun and like, I'm the man, you know. Just the type of character to be found on the white men's expedition faction. So they're a bit full of themselves, I think. That's why the tribes take them down a peg or two. Be interesting to have a go at the put together a Tarzan faction as well, which would be good. Right. Okay, well that's me done with the browns, I think. Okay, I'll take this glove off, I'll utilize it again later on. Okay, so I'm taking my glasses off first and then I'm going to end it here. So thank you once again for joining me on yet another episode of On the Bench. We've got a fair few of these under our belts too now, haven't we? 100 and whatever it is. Quite a few episodes. Very nice. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you got loads of stuff done. Let me know what you were doing, what you were working on in the comment section below. I love reading that. And remember, all brushes lead to what? I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.